For how important is media in fashion?
It's big because people. If anybody just look at your clothes, I mean, people they can just look at what they see online, but if there's a reason and a purpose behind it, then it's so much bigger than
creative. Was there a certain time when you realized that if I want to start a business, I can't just be a creative? I gotta learn how to market. I gotta learn how to network. I gotta learn how to do other shit than just create.
Yeah, probably about, I said like halfway through, like 20 brands, like you just have to stand out because I feel like anybody can just, make a tee. You really have to just be really, I wouldn't say necessarily creative, but it's more of like you have to really market yourself. And you do have to be creative too, but the more, it's like 50% market, 50% creative.
Back to another episode of Creative Lens TV, and I'm your host, Max Musa, and it's your boy Zay, and we back again, man. We here, man. We got another creative in the place, bro. We got in different settings. Zay, how you feel, bro?
Feel good, man. No mics and just a different open space, man.
Yeah, man. We thugging today, man. Today, man, we on Creative Lens TV, where we're going inside the lines of today's creators, man. So today, man, we got someone I met at a fashion show. I think maybe in part one, and me and this guy been locked in ever since, bro. So. Man, who are you, bro?
Elijah Aundre, fashion designer. Doing it for 4 years. That's really it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we got my boy Elijah, bro. He's one of the hottest up-and-coming fashion designers here in Atlanta, Georgia. But let's start. If we asked the young Elijah what he wanted to be, what would he have told us, bro?
I always wanted to be an astronaut, actually. Wow. So it's kind of funny how I tied that portion of young me into now astronaut. Then I think I wanted to be like an aeronautical engineer. So I always wanted to always be into space or the sky, like flying. So it's just kind of funny how life changed it to be more of into fashion, like bring that into my fashion. That's my thing.
So you had to go through phases to get where we're right now.
Yeah. I really I've always been like creative, but I haven't always been into fashion, how I am now. It started around 2019, like when I went to FAMU and I joined like a modeling troupe, and it kind of introduced me into like more of fashion, how I learned, or like how I like fashion now. It just really made me think of like different ways to use my art.
So how was your fashion sense before you went to FAMU? Like, how was your fashion? Were you raised in Atlanta?
Yeah. I was raised here. I was born in New York, so I've been in New York. I was in New York for about probably like 3 to 4 years maybe, and then moved down here and just been here my whole life.
So how was New York?
I used to visit every summer, so it's in the summer it'd be hot. It's amazing. Like I live in they call it upstate. Like in the town. Yeah. So I'm from around West Point, like Newburgh. That's where I'm from.
So what was your fashion sense like growing up? Like what was your drip back in the day, bro?
I was probably like an average person, really like Sperry's, Nike,
Elite socks.
Yeah, Elite socks. The cargos, and then I got into joggers, and then I started wearing like the bandana print pants, and that was like around 2013 when everybody was doing it.
Yeah. So being a creative today helped you be more confident. More like an introvert. It's like more so like me, I was kind of like an introvert, but I noticed like when people get in that creative space and be like hosting or like meeting people and stuff like that.
I'm still kind of working on like being extroverted because now I'm still like really introverted, but I have like these spurts where I like to go out and I like to connect and network, and then I have sometimes where I just not like to sit in the house, but times where I just usually I chill. But I'm really trying to be consistent and just learn how to balance, because it can get overwhelming sometimes. But I really am trying to get out there a little bit more.
Yeah. So what's it like being becoming a fashion designer here in Atlanta, where there's a ton of fucking brands. There's also a ton of collaboration and creativity going on. So how do you approach it as Elijah Aundre?
I usually I tried to do collaborations about probably like 2 years or so ago, but it just wasn't my thing. But with it being so many brands, you just have to stand out, because I feel like anybody can just make a tee. You really have to just be be really, I wouldn't say necessarily creative, but it's more of like you have to really market yourself, and you do have to be creative too. But the more it's like 50% market, 50% creative.
That leads me to my next question, right? So as a creative, was there a certain time when you realized that if I want to start a business, I can't just be a creative, I gotta learn how to market, I gotta learn how to network, I gotta learn how to do other shit than just create?
Yeah, probably about, I say like halfway through, like, or like I'm going into my fourth year of having a brand. So it hit me probably about last year. Right when I moved back to Atlanta, because I was doing my brand at FAMU for a while, and then I had to move back because it just wasn't a big enough market. And that's when I learned, like, okay, I can't just make clothes. Like, I had to market. I had to, reach out to people. I had to do pop-ups. I had to be a part of pop-ups. Just really making a community and spreading out. Because spreading my brand, I just really don't. I want to do it organically, so that takes time more than people that might do it for cloud or like they do it the fast way. But I like to be organic. So
go ahead. So what? Like, I noticed is like you like started pop-up shops, like magic shows, and I took the time to look at it. Like you really put people on and helping them emerge into their element as a creator. So like my next question is like, how does it feel? Well, what does it take to be a leader in like this industry now?
I still don't. I honestly still don't know because I'm really learning how to be a leader myself. Like I do a lot of reflecting on my actions.
Yeah.
So I try to sometimes I usually like to sit back and let things happen. But I know other times that you have to kind of force your future. So you really have to just do what you say. Okay, I'm gonna do this. So that's where like the leader comes out in me, where I feel like, okay, I need to do this and I need to do that if I want to do these certain things and meet goals and meet my plan or how I'm doing things. So
because like forcing your future, you gotta push pain. And like if you don't have a pursuit on a purpose, then it's hard to do that. So what type of wrong pains that you have to go through?
My first growing pain, I started making shirts. I just made like t-shirts and I had like my own little drawings on it.
Yeah.
And I sold out, but I spent my money on like some shoes, but I ended up getting scammed. So it was like I set myself back like $300, but I mean it could have just went straight towards something else. And it was just bad. But
I don't know what other type of L's you took in the fashion game trying to create some shit. Bro, I done took so many L's with fucking graphic designer, bro.
Yeah, I do everything on my own. So that's why like the collaboration thing to me is just it's nothing wrong with it, but it's for me it's like a slower, or like I don't really like doing it because it takes like a lot to make things how you want it and the other person how they want it.
Yeah,
so
it's like balance the ego a little
bit. Yeah. So I feel like the L's I've taken, just when I made some sweaters and the sizing was off, like the double XL was about the same size as like the medium. So it was like, it was bad. But I mean, I went to the streetwear market and people bought it. That was like my main thing that people bought. And they tried everything on and they didn't have no issue with it. So
They're kind of professional.
Yeah, so it's like I ain't even saying it. Like, I be wanting to be transparent with everything.
How big do you think Atlanta streetwear market is? Like,
it's really big. Yeah, I think it's the biggest pop up. It's to me, it's gotten really big. And I remember it used to be really exclusive, but now it's more toward. I mean, they're so big that they let a lot of brands in.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't know. I just feel like it's big. It's one of the biggest markets.
So let me ask you this, right? So I mean, the diversity, as you said, some people do it for the clout, like some people make clothes for money, right? Or they try to take the fast route. So can you describe doing it for the clout or trying to take the fast route in the fashion industry?
Like I feel like I guess like some certain Y2Ks, like when they just put circle on shirt, or they just do like zip up hoodies, or they'll do like just regular tees. And I mean, if you're doing it for money, then I guess that's okay. But I just feel like it kind of ruins the simplicity of art, or just how artistic it should be, or how how artistic things are. And it's just like how Shein is ruining fashion. Like I hate Shein.
You feel like Shein is ruining fashion?
Yeah.
Yo, the ladies might not like you for that.
I mean, I don't care. They don't know how. If you shopping at Shein pretty often, then you don't know how to dress a girl. If you get
shopping at Shein,
if your fit is $5, your whole outfit's $5. I just can't fuck with that.
I just go back and you said fashion is an art, and it's like so what I take from that is like fashion. It's like you taking your own self-image and putting it into your brand. So you said that you want to be like an astronaut, and I see it right here with like how to fly, right?
Yeah.
So like the colors and everything is in like galaxy vibes. So what does how to fly mean, and how can somebody put their image like into the brand and be like authentic?
I kind of I have like a little bit of inspiration, but if you want to put your brand, like yourself into your brand, then you really have to find what you really like. Like just find a hobby or something that you're really interested in. If you want to turn it into like a clothing brand, then you can just find things that are similar to it or that you really enjoy that are in that like aspect of fashion. So I didn't really realize it until like halfway through my brand that like I wanted to be an astronaut. And I wanted to do like I've always enjoyed the space, like the universe, like that's been my thing since I can remember. So I just kind of put it into fashion and like everything I do, anything I make, I try to tie it into that like that be my niche or whatever it is. I try to tie that into my brand.
So and I want to go back to the cloud thing just one more second, right? So do you feel like when someone creates a piece, is it more about creating a good piece, or is it more about marketing it who you get into the piece?
It's kind of like both, because I know some people that they have okay clothes, but they have like rappers wear it, and that gets them where they want to be. Then I see on social media, like I see a few magazines, they'll post pieces, and they are actually art, or like they're like kind of like a revolutionary piece, and people like it. And it's just because it's like an art. So, like I think I've seen like I don't know if I've seen like a keyboard jacket.
I did.
Yeah, it's like a keyboard jacket, and it's like I like that because it's art. Like, it's different, and it's not to me that I don't think that's really clout worthy. That's just something that it's just like you taking real life, or like you taking real life objects and you're putting it on like a piece of clothing. Like, that's something that's really hard to do. I feel like so.
Most difficult. Like I know about marketing is you got to know your demographic. Like with your clothing brand, like you don't just sell to women, but women focus on shit.
Yeah.
And us, we like on the pop-up shops, women intend like a bottom our shit too. So it's like I can emphasize on that. So when I like want to ask you like how can somebody like just really like find like their demographic and then just push that marketing like head on with it, you know what I mean?
I feel like physical opportunities are the best. You have to do like pop-ups, or if you can get into stores, which is like if you can do pop-ups, then you can find your demographic very easy.
It's your boy Mr. Musa. If you're a podcaster and you're looking to monetize your podcast, but you're not really sure where to start,
And you think you need a lot of followers and a lot of downloads, but truth be told, you really don't.
if you want to learn how to monetize your podcast without brand deals, a super large audience,
We encourage you to take advantage of joining the Podcast Profits Academy.
where you can learn how to monetize your podcast and scale to multiple figures of money.
So for more information, look at the description down below.
Hey, it's your boy Mr. Musa, and we back from commercial break. We here with my boy Elijah Aundre, designer out of Atlanta, right? So my next question is, bro, so when it comes to like marketing your pieces, we was just talking about the cloud aspect of the fashion world. How important is it to get pretty faces in your pieces? Because that's not one thing I see you do a lot of. You actually put beautiful in your pieces.
I just feel, I feel like shit. It's important. It definitely is important to have pretty faces, because sadly, well, I wouldn't say sadly, but like marketing is a part. Like sex appeal is a marketing technique that appeals more to women and also men, because when pretty women see other pretty women on social media now, they start to they support each other. So that's good. That's good community wise. And then some guys they'll see like notable faces in the pieces, and they'll want to either buy the girl it or support for themselves. Whatever the case it is, whatever type of piece it is, if it's men or women. I try to make as much unisex clothes as I can. So
Most definitely, just chime in on that. So, you got some men out here in our generation and they're scared to talk to women, like even for business, like personal use, whatever. So, what type of advice can you give to young men such as ourselves, like to have that confidence to approach a woman and just give them opportunities or just give them a chance? You understand what I'm saying?
I feel like honestly, like my go-to is like just give a compliment first, and you can really go from there. If they just say thank you, or like it really depends on the type of energy that you give off, or that you give, so or that you're getting back.
Yeah.
So if you like something from them, or you like not something from them, but like if you like something of them, that it's a good trait you think they have, that you can compliment them on that, or it's not really hard to reach out. Like for me, it's easy to separate my business and my personal. So for my business, I just DM and be like, look, I have a piece that I think you would look good in, or like it's really good marketing because I feel like your audience or the people that you have under your like stuff is it's really good. So that's just how I really market it towards them. If they want to model it, they can. If not, that's fine too. I just find somebody else.
Most definitely. And like you do door-to-door sales, and then one thing that they emphasize is like icebreakers. Like you give a compliment first, and then that's when people put their shield down. Because I noticed that like with women, men, like everybody got walls up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like going to your fashion shows, like everybody is in a element. Like everybody is in a own element. It's like in a galaxy. Everybody's free to express.
Yeah.
So like, what's something that you want people to take from your brand each and every time you produce?
Really just like self-elevation is really the biggest thing for me. I feel like, just being yourself. It really takes a lot, to just be comfortable who you are. And I really want to amplify that because that's just, it's not really, people gonna judge you regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you might as well do this, do this, say that in a respectful way. Or just any type of way you feel or how you feel like being. You just have to go out and before I go out, like if I put something on that I've never like really worn before, like I feel like it's kind of out of my zone. I'll look in the mirror first. I'll look in the mirror for about 10 minutes or so, and then just be like, okay, do I really want to step outside? And then sometimes I just like leave. I just have to leave the house before like I can actually
change your mind.
Yeah, like I just all right, let me just go before.
How does that work out for you most times?
It's more just like I leave the house. Like the main thing for me is like because I'm really anxious, so I'll sit in the car for a while before I even like go to like an event. Like I'll make sure I have enough time to just sit in the car and like get my mind right, so I can. So because I always feel like people are always staring at me.
Yeah.
Just because of I don't know. I just feel like people are always staring at me. Like that's just how my anxiety is. Like
Isn't that kind of the point when you
Yeah, it is. Like it is, but it's like I don't know. Like I
feel like that's the thing. A lot of young people our age deal with like having that social anxiety, like going out in public.
Yeah.
But like as a creative, when we create something, we have to put it out.
Yeah.
Good to create a fine outfit, not wear that shit out. Not marketing. Because like I've done that shit before, and then you'll be thinking, damn, what if I would have did it?
Yeah, exactly.
How would it win?
Exactly. That's why I always try to wear my own stuff, like, cause I always get compliments on it, like even if it's just a sample or something. I tend to get comments or just somebody asking where I got it from, what it is, and I just really have to just like go out and wear it or like just really try to be tunnel vision. Like that's why I feel like shades from here, like that's my like tunnel vision, like because I feel like nobody can see me now. Like, cause I always feel like people looking at my eyes, like wondering, because I'm always looking at something. So that's just how it is.
Speaking of shades, we recently created the Creative Lens brand, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, what characteristics do you think makes a creative dangerous or someone prone for success in the climate today? Like, not just the fashion world, but just as a creative in general.
Just really like just being yourself, like just wanting to put out or wanting to do things on your own time, and like if you're confident and you don't really care what anybody says, and that people just really just seem to like be really like standoffish with that. They're like, why is he not, or why are they not acting like this or that, or why are they doing this or that, or like that's so out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like you just have to really just do it.
Do you feel like society trying to put like a script on a young black man? Be like, you should be like this. If you want the easy path, quote unquote, success, you should be like this. Like,
Yeah,
you like a script for that shit.
I kind of do. I mean, like being a light skin is just I don't really get the same like type of
Of course.
how do I say like
Interaction.
yeah, interactions are so like it's just more of I do feel like it is like it's definitely like a script that you have to follow like to be successful. It's either sports rap or I mean sports rap. That's how people really see it. Like that's the main
Sports rap entertainment.
yeah or entertainment. So it's just like that's how people really see it. And it's kind of like for most people it's different.
Yeah.
For you to be like an artistic as a black man, just because of so many different narratives that I really don't understand.
Yeah.
Like how it goes, like like just being yourself or like just being really artistic. People just have this whole narrative on how that is.
What do you think the narrative is?
Like it really just it's like how people see your sexuality. I feel like they always just saying like
I call it feminine.
yeah certain things that just don't really make sense. Like just because you're being yourself or you take care of yourself or you're into arts, then it's just like it's a big question on like your sexuality or whatever. But that's just to me that just has never made sense. I mean I come from a black family, so some things it's not really
They just gonna be
they just want to be
Yeah, you feel like that's a thing a lot of young people or young creatives deal with when they're trying to really find themselves and like their family don't even fathom the climate. Or like the atmosphere. We go out and see like certain shit is acceptable that they may not think is acceptable. I wouldn't even say it's acceptable, but it's the current norm.
Like when my grandma, I stay with my grandma right now, so it's just like more of she don't understand the like how she used to model and she was in fashion too, but it's kind of different. It's very different now because a lot of things are really not it's not really gender based anymore as far as clothing.
Yeah.
And then you have like I would say that or it's just like everything's just really different. So it's kind of hard to explain to them like this is I'm doing this because I feel like I can make a living off of it or like I mean that's just I can combine my passion and what I like doing or passion and money into one. So it's not really like a job. This is more of like a hobby. So
we was listening to that song by Lil Baby like 9 to 5 jobs. Like it's song like sometimes you work 9 to 5, and then run up to stay home. And I feel like as a creator, like you gotta go against the norm. You gotta go against the norm, but then you gotta play the game too. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody is so fixated on a program that was like given out.
right.
And then when somebody finally like escape the program, and then it's like, damn, what you doing this? But you gotta realize as a creator, you is a program.
Yeah.
Creating shit every single day.
Yeah, so you really that's being a creator. You just have to you have to stand out. You have to do something that's really different. And I guess that's like I don't want to be like cliche, but like reading the 48 Laws of Power is like one thing is just definitely how you have to stand or you have to do something that makes you stand out. Yeah. But you can't do anything that's kind of like outlandish or crazy. Like you have to it has to be like right now to where you have to stand out, but you also have to take into consideration like you're not doing anything that like damages your image or your reputation. So
How you feel about the book?
I haven't finished it. I'm on like 20. It's a hard read. I'm on like 23. Some stuff I take, some stuff I do take out of it, but most of it is definitely like manipulation tactics, which is kind of hard to like stay away from because I ain't trying to do none of that. I'm just trying to take what I need out of the book for real. So I think I'm on like 18 or something like that.
Man, I just finished it like 2 weeks ago, so I understand. I had listened to like majority of it because it's such a long read and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So how like is it 48 Laws of Power? Like you say, you have to create yourself. So how pivotal is it for somebody to recreate yourself all the time? You have to do that.
It can get draining because Like with me, like the way I tend to recreate myself is just like dyeing my hair over and over again, or like doing different things, like different styles and looks or whatever. So that's like I kind of tend to like I kind of have like my like polar opposites or whatever because Elijah Aundre is a character in itself where it's just more towards fashion and just doing everything that's in like the fashion world. I mean, of course I like it myself, but it's just that the name is really important. So
definitely, do you feel like people get that they have to play a character no matter what they do? Like everything, no matter what role you in, it's like a certain character archetype that goes into that. But do you think people get like life is a game, make it be played, shape and mold your own character?
Yeah. I kind of get that. Like you definitely do have to be. You definitely do have to like. You learn how to be yourself, but also like fit into different spaces to where you can have this character. You can bring out this character. Like I think what is it called, like code switching.
Yeah.
So you can code switch. I do that all the time. Like, I talk to different types of people. Like it's different types of black people. So you have to talk to all types of
different type of black people in Atlanta.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So like, do you feel like being in Atlanta, like Black Hollywood, helps your brand, or do you feel like it hinders it and like keeps it in one lane?
It's kind of both because there, like I said, there are different types of black people. So you can it definitely helps. It helps, in the black community. But I would say like I'm always trying to expand. So like my main thing is just expanding. Like I always have to do things to where I'm finding different people to like enjoy stuff. So I don't want to always have like a small. I do want to have like a cult following, but not to where like that's like the only people that's buying my stuff. Like
So who is your target audience?
I design for. I feel like I design for like a model type person. I want to have like upscale or like I said like my main audience is black creatives. So I want a lot of black people to wear my stuff and learn how to feel comfortable in wearing what you want to wear. So, and that's not always going to be like a black tee or a white tee or basics. It's not going to be basics. You don't have to. I feel like to elevate your style, then you have to wear different colorful things, or even like elevate the basics.
That leads to my next question. We're not going to go too much longer, but do you feel like Doug helped push that fashion agenda? Not like based on what you just saying. Like he did help push that line the way I want to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
And then after that, you start seeing everyone else come out and start wearing what they want to wear, regardless of the people's perspective on what it makes they think.
Yeah, in Atlanta, definitely. He shaped that because people just it was. I feel like the whole thing in Atlanta is just skinny jeans and a black tee and some ones. So it's just like he kind of made people really learn how to, or really want to wear whatever they want. Like it don't matter what it is. Like he just expanded the fashion for like the normal person, everyday person. So.
It takes one person to do it. I remember J.S. Smith wore like his skirt at the fashion show. Young Thug, I think his album began in dress. So it's like both of those people did it, and next thing you know, you got people just expressing themselves in all different types of ways. That's what it takes sometimes.
Yeah, because people like they was commenting on it. Of course, at first, like why is he wearing that? Why is he doing that? But it's like that dress is in the museum. I think it's in some museum, but it's like that's like a really revolutionary dress because it's amazing. Like,
who are some of your fashion goals?
I really like. I don't know. Dries Van Noten. He's really good at men's fashion, and he's like young men's fashion. I like him, and then of course Art Virgil. That's like he was kind of like a big inspiration at Louis Vuitton. Like, and Louis Vuitton is like also like a fashion. To me, that's like a good brand because they pull off everything, and then like their collaborations with Kid Super. The one they just had with Kid Super, that's amazing too. So that's like a big. It's like a big inspiration.
Yeah. All right. And then my last question, Elijah, is: say as a young person, I want to fly, but these prices are fucking outrageously. They're good pieces, bro. And
Yeah.
the brand owners, they tax you too, bro. So how do I get fly today, bro? Like, what's your advice on that?
Honestly, I say don't buy an outfit. Buy a piece at a time. So buying a piece can really what's the word? Diversify it can diversify your fashion, because if you get an outfit, then you're just gonna be kind of wearing the same thing from head to toe instead of just putting pieces together, like mix match, but also mix match, but coordinate. So yeah.
Most definitely.
As I would say, you gotta know how to piece that shit together.
Yeah, I'm a curator with it, bro. So most definitely, bro, Elijah, bro, we're on Creative Lens TV, man. So of course we brought Creative Lens out, man. We're gonna ask you, man, can you on a pair of Creative Lenses for us?
Oh, definitely.
Which one you feeling, man?
I like the green, and then I might, I don't want to do the AK thing. So.
Yeah, I might put light on, bro. We ain't clear my band. Yeah, we ain't perfect. We ain't perfect.
That's fine. Yeah, let me see.
So,
yeah.
oh yeah, that's gonna be fire. Elijah Aundre on Creative Lens, bro. So let me ask you this for the Creative Lens segment, bro. You probably already dropped this, but if you could give three points of advice for a creative person that's starting out today, like what would you tell them?
Just do it. 1, 2, don't think too far in the future. Stay in the now. Stay in the moment, so you can, so you won't have these big projections or thoughts of what could be, and then just be true to yourself. Really, like just don't do anything that's gonna affect you in the future, or like don't do anything that's cloud worthy, or that's too much cloud, or just forcing. Don't force nothing really. Just make good art, and everything will happen eventually.
And what do you want people to see from your creative life perspective?
I don't even know. Like I just want people to. What do I don't even know.
It's all good, bro.
What do I want people to say? I guess just be. I want people to just know that I created the best stuff. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm creating the best stuff that I can. So I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the art. So.
And I got one last question. I kept my head right. Loki just forgot this because I said that shit. It's okay, bro. We go ahead and wrap it up, bro. But Elijah Aundre, Creative Lens TV, man. What you got coming from this? What can you expect from you, bro?
I got my collection in the fall coming up, The Giver, The Maker. It's releasing September 1st, so that's a while out. But I'm just doing everything to perfect it. I got the box right here. That's everybody gonna get it. They're gonna get a box when they order something. I'm really doing that. Also working on like videography behind it. I'm trying to build like a world towards it. I'm not just trying to release clothes. I really want to create like an album rollout feel.
How important is media in fashion?
It's big because people. If anybody just look at your clothes, people can just look at what they see online, but if there's a reason and a purpose behind it, then it's so much bigger than just it's so much bigger than just releasing the clothing. If it's a story behind it and real art behind it, then people are gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, bro. And I know the question I forgot to ask you, bro. Last question to be done. How important is it to know how to master and value your mind as a creator?
Very, because sometimes you have to have self-discipline and control with what you put out, and you have to make sure that you're not doing too much to where you don't have enough left over, I should say, or